Hey there. Hey, hi guys. It's me, Angie from Learn Love Tarot, here to bring you messages of direction towards your best and highest good using the energies of the daily moon cycle and of the aspecting planets surrounding us and how they affect our own birth chart. Hi guys. Thank you so much for being here live with me on a not normal date night. So we are having our subscriber date night tonight in lieu of tomorrow because here in the United States, it is indeed Thanksgiving. And I am, first of all, very, very thankful for you all. So thank you so much for your support, love, and care and concern. I love you right back. We are going to go ahead and get into today's astrology. If you want to click, if you're here live with me, you can click up top to the top of the chat to find out here. There's love aspects in the air. And also we have the energy of the fates or the Wheel of Fortune in most decks. And we have the energy of the magician here, all four aces of potential coming our way. And I describe both of those there on my notes, the degrees and what each of them mean. What are those Sabian lessons? And we also have an Aquarius moon here to work with. So if you would like to know do's and don'ts of how to carry yourself or what energies you might be feeling during each moon cycle, we go through all 12 signs every single month, and I put those there for you as well. Of course, you have my notes, including lots of songs we're having coming in for today. I'll get to those, our angel numbers, and then yesterday's notes there for you, where we had a 9-day, the path of hidden truth. So it was a gold day, and I got Are You Ready for a Thing Called Love? And that was the reading that I posted last night. So frustrated, guys. If you have time to go back and watch that, I'd appreciate it because I started trying to upload it at 4:15 p.m. and it did not get through uploading until almost 8, which is actually hella ridiculous. So I hope you do get a chance to check that out. Now, for today, 46 years ago is what today's date adds up to. What were you doing if you were alive? What were you doing in 1979? 1979 was an 8 year of the path of vulnerability. An 8 is a lemniscate or an infinity loop. And if you are a life path 8, let me go ahead and let me know. Go ahead and let me know in the comments if you are a life path 8, because what that means is you have your own half of the lemniscate, which you have to balance your yin and yang energies within. And then by rights, your own balance, your own alchemical balance, then attracts that back to you. Now, we all have that energy, but for life path 8s, it's especially difficult because most of life is trying to chase the pentacle or trying to get outside circumstances around us to change and not yet realizing that we have that power. Changing our own selves into a balanced state pulls it in or magnetizes that energy. Now, on top of that, today is a red root day. If you haven't noticed my red, that's why all my notes are on red backgrounds, whatever chakra that is. That is our root chakra. So we're going to be diving deep today. 46 energy is a 10 when you add those together, bringing in our Wheel of Fortune. And it's all all fixed signs rather. And I wrote the Wheel of Fortune is only activated by inner balance, like I was just talking about. And then even though it's all the fixed signs planets, I wrote down Daddy Saddy lessons. So a big energy of lessons is coming in for me today. And then while I was taking my notes, I wrote Wonder Twin Powers activate. Again, that half of the lemniscate. What form will each person take as that twin? If you watched Superheroes, is that what it was called, you guys, when we were little? Wonder Twin Powers activate. I actually forget the name of that, but Let me know if you remember that, if you're old enough to remember. And then I'm going to be asking for our all signs portion of the reading tonight, what lessons of ascension were activated by a love connection. And that can be recent for you, that can be past energies. It's the kind of one where you might have felt like, man, everything always goes on in life. And when I go through something, that person goes through something. It seems kind of like no matter how long it's been or no matter how far you are apart, that those same life circumstances happen right after one another or around the same time. Um, Lastly, the song for today. I don't know if you guys are fans of Baba Jolie. I love her. She's so amazing. I was just had her reading on in the background. It was the Leo reading, and she was talking about something, and I just kind of in my mind's eye started singing that Ghosts song, Haunted by the Ghost of You, that won't leave me alone. And the chorus to that is about changes. And it says, changes. When did we become strangers? And then I swear 2 seconds later, she mentioned the song by Bowie called Changes. So I feel like that's a big energy today, especially with that Leo energy of strength being represented. We also have the fire Sagittarius energy of an owl, an old owl up in a tree. So it feels like some big old lessons are coming in here for us, guys. So without further ado, I'll go ahead and say hi to you. Hopefully, I guess I was going to say, hopefully I have my glasses. Ms. Peg is here. Thank you so much. Thanks, Kathy and Ashley and Judy. We already got a party going. There's Brett. Oh, me Madre is here. Hey, Mom. Thank you for saying hi to Patty. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate your support here. It's important for me to get my hours up because I already have enough subscribers to be monetized. But because I took so long off, y'all know what was going on for me there. You can't help those major life events that come along, and you're needed elsewhere. So I appreciate your help giving me some hours here of your viewing time. I really appreciate that. Miss Peg was graduating high school and getting ready to go to college. There's Jennifer. How you doing? We're glad you're back. And you're on 888. Oh my gosh, that's awesome, Peg. Thank you guys again for being here. Steph, Miss Baby Moon, here for the party. Appreciate you too. Well, let's get started, guys, and go ahead and pull our reading out for today. Let's see what's going on here. So, two different songs that mentioned changes. Turn to Face the Strain is the Bowie version, and the 6SIX, and then the number 60, 660, the New Zealand band that sings Ghosts. It's about going through changes and when do we become strangers. So if that doesn't feel like a lover's energy to you, then I don't know what does. And look at that already. Pardon me here. I'm already getting warm. You can kind of see me start to break out as I tap into the energy. So even though it's 66 degrees in here, I'll be sweating and getting red for you. Oh, thank you. Yeah, Baba is awesome. I'm glad you got to catch her. I about, what my pants when I was started singing that song. And then she said, I was just like, wait, what? And nothing really weirds me out anymore, but that sure did. Okay. Changes. Wow. Choices and their consequence. Crossroad energy. Which way do I go with this change? The 20 is the card of judgment, Scorpio judgment energy. I did not notice before there's a little B next to one of the swords. So that might be a choice of community versus on the other side, there's like a crystal there. Next to the other sword. So, community responsibilities versus my own spiritual path of where I feel I'm being drawn to. And that is a top of greenery. And then we've got a beautiful feather there that I don't think I've noticed either. I pulled this card a million times. Choices and their consequences. So changes. So what changes are coming up here for us to mull over? And it's an opportunity. So there's that caterpillar energy, and it says caterpillar opportunity. It's the number 4. 12s have been coming up a lot. So 24 is indeed a 12-12 energy. And I've had people texting me all their 12 synchronicities. What wanted to pop out here? A 38. Which is 8, 9, 10, 11. That is an 11 energy. That is soulmate energy for me. Many masks, the authentic self. So maybe the changes we're about to embark on here, I'll keep that noted here, are about, I don't want this old me anymore. I know that's the community, or this is what's expected of me. That could be a place within your own family. Um, and then being pulled to like, well, the kids are getting old enough to take care of themselves. They're doing their own thing. Now I want to do what I'm being called towards, and kind of getting your turn here. Kind of getting your turn. All right. Looking for and seeing the light within the darkness is what we're being guided by the sun for today. And we did just have Mars bend the node of fate within that 15-degree energy. We're now at Mars in Sagittarius at 15. And that is about mastery growing through the remembrance of sacredness. With it being an Aquarius moon today, let's go ahead and see what our pre-shuffle's all about. And there's our 8 energy of today's date, 2 and a 6 together added up. And there's an eclipse here. So if you feel like your energy had been eclipsed perhaps in the past, and you just continued to struggle with it, making that boa constrictor or that consequence or that life that just didn't feel like a right fit, the more you struggled through it, or the more you struggled to continue doing those things, the tighter that boa constrictor squeezes, and it was eclipsing your light. And it feels like here, I know it looks like an exercise ball to me, but it's like this light of the moon here is getting ready to come out from that eclipsed energy, come out of the darkness and shine even brighter than before, especially if there's an opportunity here to be had for you. Yeah. So climbing out of an old life. So this is a 10 of Pentacles with the dandelions representing the wishes here. And here this wood sprite is required to climb out of an antiquated way of being. Virgo energy, again with Mars bending the nodes of fate. Virgo and Pisces being those two ends of that spectrum. Mars was crossing it right there in the center. So this new requirement, whatever you were struggling against, you're going, I just can't make this fit anymore. And I'm climbing out of the old way because it's just eclipsing my energy, and I'm not willing to do that anymore. Throwing caution to the wind, maybe dancing for the first time in a long time here. Page of Wands energy with marigolds and vinyl. You know, I love my vinyl. Going back and forth, spinning too many plates at once, not voicing your opinion. Her head is sitting down right into her clavicle there, not using her voice. And then there's the King of Swords, the King of Truth himself. We've been seeing him appear a lot. The King of Truth about what you're exhausted by. I'm just effing tired, you're telling me here on this pre-shuffle. Wow. And then there's an all 4 aces of potential new start. I feel like our reading is here. So let's go ahead and take a look at what's going on. You guys are coming in as the Page of Cups. Piscean energy there. Really, the pages are all the water signs, and we do have that major grand water trine today. And we had Venus, the planet of love, which is why love is in the air. In the astrology, Venus was triangulating with Cancer in Jupiter, so luck. And then as Venus moved out of an X-ray in Scorpio, she's moved into making camp. Our own natural caution is replaced by the trust that we can find whatever we need wherever we go. It's in my notes if you have a look at the graphic that I made today. And I wrote down for that, we're going to go through it together. Wherever we go, whatever we do, we're going to go through it together. Okay, so like I said, there's our second 10, the end of an era, the end of thought, the end of truth as you know it. The situation is coming out as 10 of Swords. So this is something that driven by this, it's the 1010, the opening of the 1010 portal here really stirred up some energy, and you're like, why am I working so hard to fit a square peg in a round hole? I'm being eaten by a boa constrictor and I don't like it one bit. Shel Silverstein. And it goes all the way to the top, right? And here I find it very curious that we're not seeing any voices being used here. In this energy, it's not only the end of something, but it's the dead end of something. There's no turning back. There's no going back. There's no changing your mind regarding whatever you had to use the strength to do here, to look back at our own patterns. I've been seeing a lot of healing coming up in the collective, which I'm so happy to see, because in this Page of Cups, this is much more mature than a sophomore page. This is having the maturity to look back at past loves. How did I allow my own cup to be depleted, perhaps by overgiving? This end of an era energy here, what you're climbing out of, could indeed be, especially with this green, she's sitting on top of the cup, heart chakra. And then with the 10 of Pentacles, this is climbing out of it. So the 10, whatever you're leaving behind, this feels like this is your choice to do, whether that is a thought process or just a change in values has really been strong with Uranus and Taurus. The shock of that really for everybody else, because they just like when you overgive, right? Why wouldn't they? All right. And the opportunity, I was going to say horn dog. Okay. That's just what I was going to say. So I don't think I've ever used that term before, Knight of Wands, but it just is. Like, I was this stoic knight. I've been standing here on guard forever. And where's the party at? Definitely Sagittarius energy. Where's the party at? I want to go to Lou. I want to have a little peek-see over here. If you have whatever it is that you're ending here, that where you were the common denominator, or where we taught people how to treat us, that is an awful fast recovery into dog. Okay. Let's just call it a zest for life, or like a new lease on life. How's that? Let's call it that. All right. More green energy of the heart. In the recent past, you reconnected to an ever-turning dream. The flip top head. Ask any of my friends. I'm pretty infamous for my flip top laugh. If my face is not aiming towards the sky when I laugh, then you need to try harder. And there's some little bit of luck. I also wrote down afternoon delight when I was writing about, maybe that's where this is coming from. I don't know who sings that. It's an older song. I just know the afternoon delight part. I'm saying that because she's wearing a belt of 4-leaf clovers here. So whatever this ever-turning dream that you're reconnecting to from the past, this could even be a past person that you're looking back at. And you guys went your couple separate ways because I am trying to look through the lens of love here today with that double energy of Venus, the planet of love, in Scorpio. First this morning, very early, trining Jupiter, and then trining 26, Daddy Saddy. That's where I got the Saturn from. I figured that out afterwards. No wonder I wrote Daddy Saddy. There's a lesson here being learned in love. Boom. You're doing it. And you're ending that habit. You're ending that thought process. And you're like, life is too damn short. Let me take a look-see over here. I've been the stoic knight long enough. And how boring is that? Okay, well, if we didn't think before that here was some lover's energy here in the sky, here it is. Now, don't worry, Y-Teebs are corporate overlords that can't stand a little nip slip. Big deal. But anyway, it's muted out here in these cards. But just in case, this is you choosing to anchor yourself in a Two of Cups here. So the heart of the reading, whatever you've ended, whatever thought pattern, swords are thoughts, whatever you learned about love growing up, could be the values that shaped you about love. You're putting an end to that and you're reconnecting back into your own values, your own dreams here. And you're seeing it's okay to still be stable and go towards that stability. But with these Aries horns here, I want to be able to come and go as I please. And she's choosing to put her foot there underneath that tree trunk. So choosing that Two of Cups. Come on. Near future, here's the energy of the Lovers. We got the King and Queen of Cups in this deck, at least anyway. And there is the Queen of Cups revealing her esoteric knowledge, her energy, her knowledge of the moon cycle. And then we have the King of Cups showing the cards beneath his vest. Showing the cards beneath his vest. He's also holding a lock here. So perhaps there's a King of Cups energy, Scorpio energy, that is ready to show the cards beneath his vest. All right, in the blocked position, that is not a whole lot of green on this page, but look at what you go into after we release ourselves from this mental prison. There are two ships here, and both of these ships are stuck in the harbor. Love sails straight from the harbor. Yesterday, Bonnie Raitt's song, not of the same on the same album or the same vinyl, but Only Love Sails Straight from the Harbor. That's not Bonnie Raitt. That is Winona Judd. Sorry, Bonnie. Sorry, Winona. Please don't unsubscribe. Okay, so in the block position, a prison of your own mind, huh? Well, we're no longer being in a prison of our own mind here, according to this spread so far. What does Spirit want you to know? You're getting it. So there is the snake of knowledge. This is a message of some sort regarding money, time, energy, resources, assets, your talents. Okay. The old way is no longer regarding whatever situation that was not balanced, because the Two of Cups is, I want what you want. And since the Two of Cups is really on a sliding scale or on a spectrum, the fact that it is sandwiched here in between an ever-turning dream, and this is a heart music box, and then we have the Lovers, I would say it's safe to say that that is at the far end of the spectrum as far as the people here that are showing up for you. So this would not just be a neighbor that you share energies with. You both look out for each other, that kind of thing. The Two of Cups can also be, it's just any relationship you have that's out of equality. Okay. Well, there's our successful completion of a cycle and the outcome. And we've got the Vesuvian man energy. She's standing on the world at the same time that she is honoring that light of the moon. And I mentioned that here, this full moon energy for December may big time come into play here. What do we got coming up? The full moon in Gemini. Gemini is of the lovers. This is when this cycle could be reaching its completion, when you could be putting the final sword into something, when you could be delivering the message. Okay. These cards together, Two of Cups, I don't know that I've ever seen that come out that way before. Two of Cups right next to the lovers. For me, Two of Cups and Six of Cups can represent the lovers of the minor arcana. And then the World, Daddy Saddy, the World card is Capricorn and Aquarius. So there are there's sacred geometry all around here. And we've got an 8-point star up at the top of her flip top head as well. So that's two flip top heads here, is the divine feminine and the divine masculine energy. And you see these chess pieces of the white horse and the black horse. So I feel like this is either a love offer coming in for you guys, or if this is not an intimate relationship, this is just you going out and getting out there. If something else has ended, this is you taking a breath of fresh air and saying, I'm tired of being the stoic one, the solid knight all the time. Where's the party? Where's the fun at? I want to go kick my heels up a bit here. And that's you looking forward by looking at examining the past. We are not repeating patterns here. This is the end of a thought pattern, the way we speak, or maybe we're just done speaking to someone here. There's definitely what Spirit wants you to know. There's message about this ending is either coming to you or you are delivering it here. All right, let me go ahead and just lay out, even though you won't be able to see much of them, because for whatever reason you like my crazy mug being on half of the screen. Don't know why. I get just as silly without my face on. But let's see what's up here. I'm going to go back to the top of the deck to see what might be ending here. What's the end of this cycle? Well, Tower. Whatever is being torn down, it's the situation's an ending. It's revolving around a balanced Two of Cups, of the heart of the reading, what the whole reading's about, near future lovers, and bookending that ending there with the 21 card. Boy, am I heating up. This is you knowing intuitively this was inevitably going to come to an end at some point. This could be the end of a current family situation as you know it, especially with this choice here being made in the near future, a choice that is being fueled by the Nine of Wands. That is pure exhaustion. That is the second decan of Sagittarius. So that could be coming up. We're right now on the 5th degree. We've got 5 more days of the sun in Sag. When you could be saying, this is my choice. I'm already tired. I'm not going through one more round of this. Nine of Wands can definitely be repeating patterns. Okay, definition of insanity, right? Where we felt stuck here, where we were fighting our own internal balance on that one half of the lemniscate. And here, what is ending is either a 10 of cups family situation. This is somebody you already know, guys. So 10 of cups is everybody up within our inner circle, whether that's 50 people, 200 people, or 4 people. This is somebody that you know and love and care about, that you've shared energy with before. Certainly some cups or drinks, no matter what is in that cup. And what this new, there's a new beginning here, all 4 aces of potential regarding whatever this page of pentacles is. You could be letting someone know your truth here. This is no longer balanced for me, and I want somewhere that I want to choose to be, but I still want to be a little bit of a traveling Wilbury there, Aries and Saggy. Maybe a little bit of Leo as well. Let me see what's under that 10 of cups. Yeah. This is, I am 5 of change, 5 of pentacles in this deck as I've been searching and searching and searching, asking spirit for answers. They've been sending you those blue ribbons the whole time. They've been communicating blue throat chakra. They've been communicating the whole time. They've been sending you signs. And for whatever reason, if we were in denial about that with that 8 of swords, and fueling that block is 6 of pentacles. You weren't sure what you were getting. You were either the one, giving, even though you didn't have much yourself to give. That's definitely an energy of overgiving, because they're the ones that are dressed richly. One of them has a blindfold on, and here she is also blindfolded by the lightning bolts, by the turbulence, by the tumultuousness. That could certainly be a choice between 2 ships. If you've been here with me a minute, you know that ships for me represent the soulmate journey or a soulmate of some kind. But yeah, we have been asking for the help all along, but you didn't need it. You just needed to trust your intuition. This does not feel to me the energy of an easy choice. 10-10, a long time. The Pinnacle of Pentacles. You've got to leave that behind in order to start this new beginning, this new leap. If that is what you decided, if this is your reading, this is something that you reconnected to, and you want something that is your choice to go to, that there's freedom within this energy. 77 came up a couple times in my notes with the degrees. I saw a 77 en route to Trader Joe's. And there was like 3 times 77 came up today. So 14 Sagittarius energy, the puzzle piece comes in right there. All right, guys, let me know if you want me to pull any further on any of those cards and you're yelling at the screen saying, ask this question. Go ahead and type that in if you like, and I will absolutely do that for you. Oh, there's Moni. Moni. How are you? Thanks for being in here. Yeah. Guys, you're in the driver's seat of this one. Wow. And then there's the justice energy. Definitely could be a separation of some sort that is long overdue, that you just kept second guessing your own intuition about. But the tower's coming down on some 10 of cups here, because you just damn tired. Okay. Wow. Yeah. There's the healing in the surrounding energy as well. There's our Fates card from today, the Sisters of Fate. That would be paired with this World card, pairing at the ending here. What's pairing with the Tower? Victory. I said you made the right choice. If this reading is for you, you know it, because this means the choice has already been made. You were just worried about making it. Okay. paired with the High Priestess. I mean, how many more times does it need to come out in that combination? There's your full moon. Here's your new start. It is going to require strategery. And she's kind of kicking her heel back on past lovers here. She's standing on the top hat of a current love. And then she's asking herself in this deck, she's ringing that bell and saying, I'm off to my new start here. Should I pull someone back from the past, or should I stay where I'm at, or should I reach for something here, somebody new, something new in the future? And when I first got this deck, I saw a dandelion here. So then that's coming back to this energy, whatever it is that is ending, that is uprooting, that is being left behind. This was fated here. This is so you could complete a cycle so that you could heal and be done with this energy. Okay, let's go through all signs. I want to ask regarding love, especially what ascension loves, what ascension lessons are being learned. So for, we do have the sun, of course, in Sagittarius, looking for and seeing the light within the darkness. So we'll ask for everybody watching this reading, whenever you read it or watch it, pardon me. Okay, we had a couple flippers here. Okay, we've got, I'll keep those in mind, entering your vortex. That was the one that drew my eye, the first one. Reclaiming your soul, reprogramming your soul, release, raise, and reclaim. We do have, surrendering finally here. The full moon is the time that we enter into the Empress energy and we throw our hands up and say and we surrender to the ride that we built on the way up in the Emperor energy. So after a new moon, we take 2 weeks to build up to the full moon. And then at the full moon, the ride that we get what we get what we built, we get what we get, and don't throw a fit. That's what's here. Surrendering. You're like, ain't nothing more to be done. I've tried every single thing that I could think of. I've had at no less than 10 ideas or no less than 10 tries here at this. This is a fated new vortex, a fated new timeline, new leap of faith. So if you are a person here listening to this and you had any doubts whatsoever, whether you were making the right decision, this is a big old yes for me. You make your own decisions, of course. You're a grown-ass person, so you do what you want. But it's looking good here. This is aligning you with infinite abundance here. You're reprogramming your soul. You're saying, I want what I want, but I want freedom within this next partnership, whether that's business, love, family, whatever. I want more freedom here. I want to be able to choose more. And in the near future here, you're making a choice that whichever one has left you exhausted, and if it's been a pattern that you've repeated and couldn't help yourself, well, you're doing it. All right. You are like, I'm done getting those old consequences that I knew was going to come if I continue to make the same choice over and over again. Again, definition of insanity, right? Expecting a different result. All right, let's look then at Capricorn. So that was for Sagittarius, sun for us all in this reading. Capricorn taking what flipped over. 1-1, Capricorn, fast track to ascension. I see this music here. I did note the, not dandelions, but the marigolds there. And that Page of Wands might be someone connected to music, or you might just be listening to music because you understand that's a frequency that helps you raise your own vibration. Now, what's surrounding you here in this Capricorn energy, same suit, choose ease and grace. And these are two doors here, the path of least resistance. Okay, so the energy around you is vibrating on the 8 of today that I talked about. And then you are jumping on that new escalator. Could have something to do with music, doesn't have to. All right. Capricorn, good job. It's like you might have taken a hot minute to make that choice to get on the escalator, but if there's 8s around you and you're like, okay, I better go here, lest the escalator close down and not be available to me. What about for Aquarius? What is the ascension lesson that was activated here as you step onto this new path or leaving the old one? If you're stepping into a new vortex of energy, Aquarius, what ascension lessons were activated for Aquarius? We do have you here at the center of the reading and the environmental energy, the transformation of Pluto. Boy, oh boy, all this burgundy. Now, the red suits are about fundamental truths, okay? Fundamental truths that align you to your ascension path. This is called soul merger. And here Aquarius is. This could be an Aquarius that has found their truth, especially with these cranes here representing the lover's journey. There's chakras aligning, ebb and flow. You've learned to release some control here. There's nothing you could do about it, Aquarius. This new energy, this choice, whatever was exhausting you before, whatever one-to-one relationship that was, whatever label you put on that, you're stepping into more ease, grace, and flow. You're stepping into your truth. And what's driving this creatrix energy that's driving our nodes of fate here. So that is the magician energy of all 4 aces of potential that are driving the fates forward. Okay, surrounding you, Aquarius, or if your person's an Aquarius, you just, what you're leaving here is a false twin, intense change, trial by fire. So whatever you're stepping out of and then into will be a more equal and balanced relationship. The olive suit, think of it as all of you. I love you. Whatever you're stepping out of, that was to prepare you. That was an important relationship, but it was to prepare you for the intense change so that you could move forward into this, basically moving from a 2 of cups to the lovers. That's a pretty big deal, Aquarius. All right. Pisces. What about the ascension lesson that was activated for Pisces? Why this big change? Turn and face the strain. You're turning to face the strain. Balancing your own internal yin and yang, bringing to you a higher committed or a higher level relationship here, Pisces. Okay, Queen, divine feminine energy there's our Empress. We didn't have the Emperor or Empress show up today. Just daddy saddy with this lesson. Now there's the peacock energy, which I mentioned Uranus is also in that fixed energy of the Wheel of Fortune. So Pisces, I think you're finally seeing your worth, noticing the two chess pieces or candelabras here, the same knobs that look like they're at the top of these push pins in the Ten of Swords. These push pins that kind of left you pretty gutted here. It was just taking that final pin. It's like you just needed one more time. Um, you're like, maybe this time it'll work. And you found out, well, that was just all full of folly. And instead, you are putting that energy into your life expression, how you are expressing yourself moving forward. Okay. Go Pisces. 8, 9, and 10, there's your 10 on the outcome there, Pisces. But remember, that is what is ending here. So, yeah, this is the push pin of whatever you just had to have another look-see at, just in case it was going to work this time. And that's big hot F no. Okay. Because you're not going, I don't know where the help is. And you've been getting signs and you knew it when you decided it. Okay, Pisces, you knew it when you decided it. I'll just say that. Yeah, the key. Harmonize. Let your light shine. Go, Queen. Yes, surrendering to your feminine energy. You're releasing and letting go of that lesson, especially at the top of the full moon in Gemini. And that's the choice that brings this lover's energy in, by the way, Pisces. All right, Aries. Aries, the 2, 3, 4 of wands, the Queen of Wands is represented by you as well. Okay, Aries, we've got practicing self-love. Okay, and this is mother energy here, nurturing your own inner child, reparenting yourself. Okay. And really stepping into a place of self love, especially if the choices that we made in the past, looking back on all these past love energies, especially if the choices we made were more for others and not for our own benefit. And then we also have the 1111, 4 of Wands, Aries, higher heart opening. So there's all that green energy in the center. And I don't know why, but this card always reminds me of flamingos. So that would be balancing on one foot. Maybe you're in between worlds right now here. Maybe you're just about to deliver this news like we saw in the cards here. Like we saw in the cards. All right, that's you, Aries. Surrounding you, another 1111. So Chiron and Aries is literally at 4 of Wands in that last deacon. And that is about allowing higher forces. Of course, I go to F everything up. Allowing higher forces to shape our lives. So let Jesus take the wheel energy there. Okay, and there's a swan with a crown there. Welcome home to yourself. Maybe you haven't felt like yourself lately. Maybe you really had to step outside of your comfort zone and you were just tired of being the one to compromise all the time. All right, Taurus. What about for Taurus? What ascension lessons were activated? Wonder Twin powers activate. What ascension lessons were activated for Taurus? Okay, that came out on the bottom of somebody else's energy. Could be dealing with that person here. Doesn't have to be, but choosing the path of least resistance, choosing ease and grace. Well, for Taurus, that's a pretty big deal to me because I know it's a pretty risk averse. You just like things to stay the same. But if the same just kept getting harder and harder and harder, you're finally making that change there, Taurus. Surrounding you, clearing karma. Yeah. Kundalini activation. Turn on your heart light here, much Taurus. Maybe you're getting your heart on, Taurus. Activation code it's an activation code that accelerates your ascension. So Taurus in this new path and the least resistance, the one you are fighting about staying through thick and thin, this new one includes your transformation here, the light shining through, that big light. That old decision just had too many consequences, Taurus, and this new one's going to be a lot hotter. Looks like fun to me. Anybody know a Taurus? All right, Gemini. I'll be good. Okay, Gemini. Gemini. What ascension lessons are being activated, especially with that power card of yours coming up in the near future? Making the choice to not have another go around of whatever exhausted the frick out of you. Okay, Gemini, karmic purge. And how funny is it that that says mirror reflections? Because that's what the lovers is. The lovers energy is yin and yang. You mirror each other so that you can learn what you like about yourself, what you don't like about yourself. We learn that through one-to-one relationships with other people. So Gemini, whatever you're leaving behind here, it's clearing some past life karma for you. Mars is bending the nodes of fate. Could have to do with the Virgo, doesn't have to. Wow. Okay. Keep your eyes on the road ahead, Gemini. Surrounding you, yeah, there's the chariot energy of the Merkaba activation. Ground, shield, and protect yourself. I'm seeing a big brain here in the center of that divine feminine and divine masculine energy there. Again, that's the chariot, head and heart coming together of the King of Cups. That could be who's coming towards you. Okay, someone's had their Merkaba activated or they're coming forward in their chariot as soon as you have purged this old thing. Okay, what about for Cancer? What for Cancer, what ascension lessons are being activated? And then if you guys want to go ahead and start putting your questions in the chat box, then put a heart by it. So I know that you would like me to pull cards for you today because it is subscriber date night. I'm going to be pulling cards for y'all. Okay, Cancer. Open your heart, turn on your heart light, set loving boundaries. Boundaries set. I am not repeating that same cycle with someone who is part of my 10 of Cups, who's part of my inner circle. So there's some protection here that you need to activate, Cancer. This brick wall, I don't normally pay much attention to that with this card, but I am here. It's like a breaking through, but the brick wall is white. All in all, you're just another brick in the wall. Maybe you didn't think you had anything left to learn here, but this is within you, learning to set personal boundaries. And it looks to me like there's someone sitting on the ground, kind of in the Light Seers deck, the Five of Pentacles, where she's leaning on her knees. If you are closed off, you can still open your heart, but you do need to be mindful of keeping a boundary up as far as protecting your heart. Okay. You don't wall yourself off, but you also don't let those boundaries just crumble for anyone there. You shouldn't let your boundaries crumble for anyone. Surrounding you, what's happening. Yeah, this is some generational healing here too, Cancer, multi-dimensional healing, integrating the 6 to 6, the choice card. This is all the different timelines of the past and the multiple timelines that are currently happening as we speak. You're healing multiple dimensions by making this decision, by showing what boundaries look like. Okay. And that would be a 69 energy, or 15 of the devil, with the sister card being the lovers. Okay. What about for Leo? Leo, what ascension lessons were activated here at this bending of the nodes of fate, and with these love aspects in the sky, those grand water trines happening? Our natural caution is replaced by the trust that we will find whatever we need wherever we go. We're gonna go through it together. Okay. Leo, we've got high priestess energy there on the outcome. So that could be, Leo, that your own third eye is opening up more, expanding consciousness. Okay, which is bringing you balance. You just needed to trust that you're making the right decision here, especially if Leo is your seventh house, for example, of one-to-one committed partnerships. You got crystal clear vision because you've taken the time to really think this through and expand your consciousness about what it is that you actually want. And you are trusting this high priestess energy. And I feel like here Leo's really getting the changing the micro to magnetically attract what you want in the macro, from the macro. Good job, Leos. All right. What about for Virgo? That was awful quick, Virgo. And speaking of the soulmate connection here, Master Alchemist, the violet flame. I was just talking about the third eye there. So Virgos as well, you learn from the sign before you. So that the fact Leo's going through this now, it looks like, okay, I'm next. I'm seeing a face in this today. It's kind of like a jester. Like if there was someone that, like, you've alchemized pain into wisdom here. So if anybody kind of was a joker energy around you, um, you're not rolling your eyes. You're just going, yeah, that's funny, but you're not paying it any attention. It doesn't affect you like it used to. There we are. It doesn't affect you like it used to. Okay. It's like diamonds in your eyes, this new energy that you're stepping into when you raise your hands here, and surrender at this full moon energy. It feels like a relief feeling to me, Virgo. It feels like relief. And we've got the same suit. So the amber suit is about activation codes that accelerate our ascension. And this is a cup of love coming on in here for Virgo. Receive the gift. In order to receive it, that's why I was saying the arms up is coming down from the full moon, and this time enjoying the ride because you've built it different here over this couple of weeks leading up to. You still got a week left to put the work in, Virgo, of what you want to receive here. That's a pretty big deal card. The Holy Grail code. Okay, it's a pretty big deal, Virgo. Just saying. All right, what about for Libra? Libra, what ascension lessons were activated here by what choice you have just made? What ascension lessons were learned here? Or what are we learning next? 7 to 7, go within. There's a king and queen here energy, partnership energy, healing, separation. I had a dream this morning about that. I've talked about before of never really being separated from ooh, my ear's squeezing, never really being separated from your person in the 5D. It's just that our 3D selves want what we want when we want it, right? So this is healing any kind of attachment wounds here by you making this decision. You might be slowing your roll here a little bit, and a big old chunk fell out. So obviously, I'm not keeping them all. But there's divine masculine energy here matching this 7 to 7, possibly wanting to come in here. And there's the trine energy again, battle of head versus heart. So true Libra form there. I'd say you are balanced in this decision, head being king and heart being queen. Okay, and you did get your power card here in the outcome energy. Scorpio, clearing karma, Kundalini activation. So I forget who this was on the bottom of the deck for. Could be to do with that person, doesn't have to be, but turn on your heart light. Yeah, enjoying the heart sign being on, perhaps. Healing abandonment here, time to forgive. And you can see his heart chakra lifting him up and ascending here. The slate part of the deck is life lessons. Okay, powerful life lessons. And then this is a huge activation code. Email me if you're going through a Kundalini awakening, Scorpio. That is really interesting. Feminine twin as well, activating your higher self. Again, surrendering, releasing, and letting go, letting be what's meant to be. And I don't know if anybody is in baby having age, but I've never seen, they look like sperm to me, okay? I've never seen that before in this card, so it is what it is. If you happen to be a Scorpio and in your environmental energy, someone could be ripe for giving you a baby. So if that's not something that you want, especially with this Kundalini activation, if that is not something that is part of your family planning plan, then definitely take precautions, because that could be happening with those two energies mashing up here. And there's some owls here in the four corners, and we do have the fiery energy of an old owl up in a tree looking for and seeing the light within the darkness. All right, that will be our all signs portion, and now we's ready for answering y'all's questions. You have kids that can still make babies. You're like, I don't want to be a grandma another time, not yet. Give you some breaks in the in between. Oh, definitely, yeah. Stock up on something to wrap that up, just in case. Make them put them in their purse when they come to Thanksgiving, Peg. All right, let me get energy here for you guys. If anybody would be able to take the time and collect anybody that has dropped a heart and put it in order for me, I'd be so very, very grateful. Monique, your mom is 88. Wow. Yeah, I know. I hope she's doing, yeah, you said she's doing much better. Okay, that's good. That cannot be easy. I know they've gotten really great at knee replacements, but still, it's still a major surgery, right? So, yeah, I'm glad to hear that. Okay. I'm starting to finally see some hearts here. Looks like the first heart on the block is belonging to Mr. Brett. Mr. Brett, you are up. And we've got a little 8 stranger curiosity opening up here for you. Maybe taking a little look-see over what you've been curious about. Let's see what's going on. And this is the shaman's beloved flipped over. That's a 2 energy, high priestess, Pisces, radical acceptance there. And then this wanted to stay. So there it is on the bottom. A 28 would add up to a 10 of the Wheel of Fortune. Your balanced energy activates divine timing. And that's that magician energy too of today. He's in the woods. Are you going camping with a big old fire? Maybe you need to before it gets too cold, but there's something that you're I'm hearing ushers let it burn. Okay. I'm gonna pull another deck for y'all as well. Let's see what this is about here, what this could have to do with for Brett. Messages of the best and highest good for Brett, please, and thank you, Spirit. Well, that was pretty decided. Okay, you're burning something up. You putting something out to pasture here. Letting go, throwing out memories, and you're ready to create a whole bunch of new ones here, Brett. That's good. Fire signs. There's a lot of fire here. We are in fire sun right now, but it could have to do with the fire sign. Doesn't have to. It could just be the timing of now. But you're waving your wand. Waving your wand in a new direction, are you? Okay. You're letting something else go, and whatever you are letting go, according to that general spread, activates a new choice and a higher timeline for you. You don't have to go back and learn that lesson again. If I think I said with Pisces, you just thought one more time, I'll just, maybe, how about now? No. That would be still no. Okay, so you made the right decision here, or you are about to, if you have not already. You're just like, it is what it is. I accept it. Make sure that you understand what the lesson of that was, so that you don't get another meat suit person giving you the same lesson. So try to ask yourself what you learned from that decision, perhaps, so that you don't have to experience that lesson again if you don't want to. All right, Miss Jennifer, you up next. I hope that helps, Brett. All right, Miss Jennifer Lee. That was so funny. Oh, weren't you the one that figured out for us that it was 00 on the generally with that one reading that one time? And I was like, why am I seeing? I said, why am I hearing? Da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. That was funny. That's coming back for some reason. Okay. All right, here. Messages for Jennifer's best and highest good. Messages for Jennifer Lee, please. Okay, boldly stepping forward. So wherever you're going next, Jennifer, this is farther than you've gone before. We have the 55 or the 10 of the Wheel of Fortune, the Fates energy that came out in the outcome. And this is a brighter light, a higher timeline, like I said with the reading. But this is requiring more of you, which makes sense, right? Higher timelines do. And then make sure that when you're choosing this, it's like a 10-10 portal energy, whatever you've stepped into here. You might want to look up the full definitions of these cards. This is the Shaman's Dream Oracle, and they're online everywhere now. The pictures and the definitions, there's plenty of people that have them out. So this is definitely a different choice than you've made before. Can I get more clarity for Jennifer? More clarity. Okay, children here are part of it. A little bit of 5 of Cups and regrets. Make sure before you make that choice that you think about all the possible consequences that could come of it so that we don't get in that 5 of Cups of regret. It says children here, responsibilities, childhood, immaturity, or innocence. Definitely some 6 of Cups kind of energy if that is relationship energy for you, or if it is children, someone you could be changing what responsibilities they have, or taking away or giving more responsibilities to children. Doesn't matter how old they are, they're always still our kids, right? And I would say do not feel bad, okay? Because that's what, I mean, kids are manipulative, right? They know how to push our buttons. And, not my kids, of course, but my Bristol is wonderful, and the other girls and Tanner. So, yeah, don't feel guilty for 1 second if you need to put up a boundary like we saw, or end a thought pattern or behavior here, needing to put up a stronger boundary. Don't feel bad about it. Okay. There's a deadline here. Time's running out. An intervention that can't wait any longer. So it feels like I've got to do this for their best. It's kind of like I'm making the kids go to bed on time. I know it's a silly one for when they're small, but you make them go to bed on time so that they can be not too tired to learn in school the next day, right? Yeah, Herald of Change. Look at this, 10, 20, 30 during Saggy time. Change in heart home, could be a move. You could be like, for the first time, like standing up and being like, I'm the mom, I'm the boss, and here's what's going to happen next. And Spirit's kind of saying it's about damn time. There's that twin energy coming back for the reading as well. Mirrored emotions, reflection of soul. Center of a bridge here. Third party can be children. That can be someone who works a lot. That can be a parent who lives with you. It can be anything. It doesn't have to be a love triangle, but it can be. So I would watch out for that and make sure that the choices that you're making here now um, isn't going to be something that you regret later. You will feel like you just want to jump for joy towards whatever this is. You'll want to race toward it. And if you hem and haw, I would say that's probably your higher self telling you to pause for a reason. Okay. And I just saw the getaway card under that. So maybe you just taking a trip, girl. You probably need one. All right. Miss Nova, Miss Ashley, best and highest good messages for Miss Ashley, please. And thank you. Thank you guys so much for being here with me. Now, the first time this came out was literally the first time this card came out ever. So here it is for the second time. This is beautiful. Full on sun here, lay of the land, ancestral wisdom. And 34, part of those sevens that I was seeing. It feels like that's the chariot energy of course, alignment of head and heart, but that is the path of change, which leads to growth, right? So really tapping to you're getting your victory here. But you had to travel through some hot lava. Remember that game when you're little, like hopping from couch to couch because the carpet was lava? Did you guys ever play that? Or you're like, no, what did you do at your house? A very big imagination, okay? So just saying. But I feel like every kid played hot lava. Or am I wrong? Let me know. But ancestral wisdom here, it's like you've been through it. And I'm kind of seeing even like, but instead of that hot lava, it didn't suck you in, it just trampolined you like onto the nether thing. And you're like always going, you know, when you get on a trampoline and then your arms go like, whoa, because you're trying to balance yourself. That's what it feels like. But then, ooh, air squeezy, whatever bounced you up to the top of this mountain, it's going to make it worth it. Okay. This is a big traversing here. It's kind of like that one last one that gets you up to the top. Yeah, connectivity here, jeweled web. So all things are connected. That's the energy I was seeing in the world card with the sacred geometry. I don't know if you subscribe to the Gaia channel, but I would highly recommend it for any all of you guys, really, if you're not already watching it. I'd kind of be surprised. But you can't, once you, it's like a $12 or $13 subscription per month, but it is so good. And I think you can share it with 2 other people for free. So it's really, really good information and super, super interesting. All things spiritual, science backed as well. Joe Dispenza's on there sometimes. But anyway, everything you've been up to this point, every time you're like, whoa, and bounce from one thing to the next, this last big bounce is going to bounce you to the top of the mountain. I know that's a weird message, but you met me. So you never know what you're going to get. Ooh, are you? I got to go back, and I watched the first season and I think I forgot about it. I don't watch much TV. But when I do get a chance, it's usually 8 or 9 o'clock and I'm finally eating dinner. But I just finished, what was it? Orphan Black. Loved it. Okay, heartstrings. Bouncing you around. Has somebody been bouncing you around? Heartstrings, mind games, taking advantage, playing with your feelings. Okay, and then stringing you along. But this next one, this next big jump that you jump on top of the mountain for, we've got admire. So if you're making a change here, girl, this person's inspired by you. Songs make them think about you. It's like they think you hold the sun. They think you hold the sun. Look, that person is right up in there. Emotional bond and telepathic love. And there's your spiritual connection again, right there. Just saying. Okay, I hope that helps you. I don't know if it relates at all, but yeah, there's sacred contract. I mean, I know. They're just, they is what they is. Whatever comes out of my mouth. Yeah. Stranger things have happened. You'll have to let me know. All right. Next up, Miss Kathy. I like your double hearts. Super cute. All right. Best and highest good messages for Miss Kathy. Wow. Ashley, they think you like are literally the sun. They think you hold the sun. They think you harness the sun. All right. Kathy. All right, we've got that acceptance energy, repairing the veil. So full moons are about forgiveness. There's a transformation butterfly here, and then we have this red thread of destiny. And guys, I know forgiveness is a kind of a touchy topic, but I know most everybody here is old enough to know that forgiveness is not saying what had happened was okay. It is to release yourself of that karmic debt and karmic energy. Okay. There's the change coming there for you as well. And what's hidden, there's the new beginning hidden. So what you don't know is doing this, allowing radical acceptance for what went down, moving into this full moon energy. There's one here, and there's also one here. Use that to do your Ho'oponopono. There's one that's 12 minutes. And if you have it written down, the 4 phrases, you can do it just as fast as she does, but that's the fastest I've found it recited was a 12-minute one. And your environmental energy, this came up in one of our last readings, didn't it? Protecting the future. When we offer that forgiveness for ourselves and anyone else, that whether they need it or not, that is to release the energy from our magnetic field. Okay. Herald of change and a new beginning coming for you. If you were holding back on that forgiveness, that could have been what was delaying this new beginning. Just try it once. I mean, if you haven't ever, I would imagine you've tried it by now. You've been listening to me rattle on long enough. Look at me. Did you see that face? I could be all proud of myself. Oh, that's hilarious. Okay, new boo. That's how I happy place, seeing someone new love blossoms. You letting this old thing go. You gotta do that repairs the veil. Okay. 29 would be an 11. Justice, karma balancing out, your balance, therefore bringing balance coming to you. Fixing, balancing the micro affects the macro. Okay. Now, in the environmental energy right now, bare minimum, reciprocation, and you might be losing interest. So with this one flying out here, I feel like this is you in the here and now. Okay. And we just maybe, you know what, guys, even doing that Hawaiian prayer, we release karmic ties from the past, that from past lives that we didn't, that our meat sack this time didn't have anything to do with. But look at your 12th house, and if that's stacked, or definitely certain planets there, bringing that energy that it's just needing to balance. Okay, so I'm saying do the Ho'oponopono here on this next new moon in Gemini, especially because that's the twin energy, right? If you're feeling unsatisfied right now, that's this new change. That's what brings in this new boo. Okay, Miss Kathy, I hope that helps. And you did have a double heart tonight. You turned on your heart light. So, who is that? What's his nuts? The turn on sing. Does he still sing in Vegas? I can see him, but I can't think of his name. Turn on your heart light. Tell me who that is, guys. What's his nuts? Okay. Sorry, nuts, or sorry, what's his nuts? I don't know your name. I can see him. Tom Jones. Is it Tom Jones? I think it's Tom Jones. Miss Peggy with the red and the purple. Messages for your best and highest good. Look at that beautiful water energy on that break there for you, the blue. Throat chakra, getting ready to express something in your heart. Okay. I feel like you always do that. Everything you say is from the heart. Let's get a message for Miss Peg here, please. For our subscriber, Date Night, thank you for all you do. All right. Go back over that reading for sure, because we have the caterpillar of opportunity opening up here. Wow. And you climbing a mountain of some kind as well. 47. Another 11. So justice, balance coming in for you as well, tapping into that ancestral wisdom. So straddling worlds, wandering between realms. Today is our 8 energy that I have in my notes. So that's like it's like he's sitting on that exercise ball there of that choice card, of that choices and their consequences. And then see his knees here either side. And then he's reaching for this next ball. It's not quite a pose. It can be a stretch. It's kind of a reverse warrior, but seated on an exercise ball. Reverse warrior. You don't have to try as hard. You don't have to do all the work of climbing, the tediousness of climbing the mountain. If instead we're better at pulling it in with our manifestations, you can sit down while you exercise. You could make it easier on you to stretch and reach for that next big thing. Okay. Give me some clarity on this. Guys, either all, if you haven't guessed, these are, I read intuitively. So not just a memorize the depth kind of gal. It's just what's coming to me as I'm tapping into the energy. What's going on here? Give me some clarity here for Miss Peggy. 6 and a 4, that's 10. Wheel of Fortune energy again. It's the in-between. It's that fate trying to turn its wheel, but you don't need to try so hard. You can sit down on the job and still you can sit down on the job for that balance to come in. So this says legal matters, divorce, legal papers, court visit. But it's an opportunity for you here. And it's like the ancestors are helping you with this balance. And I got the 10 when I was shuffling. So your own balance activates divine timing. And so we're no longer in the in-between, but you don't have to put as much effort. You can sit down on the job. You don't have to try so hard. And I'm getting the ear squeezy. You just simply pull it in by your own balance. That's it. Spiritual contract, songs, telepathic, dreams of them, wandering here between realms. My dream was about the connection between the difference between the 5D and the 3D. We are never disconnected from that energy of our loved ones in the 5D, but we do feel that in the 3D. And your MC, actually, I learned today from Lunatic Astrology. I know she talks a lot. Go figure. But she was talking about how your birth chart still lives on. That energy, that soul energy still plays out. Okay. And I don't know why I'm telling you that here. But signs, that was bringing me right back to that 5 of Pentacles. They've been all around the whole time. Trust what you know here. Just focus on balancing your own self, and that brings the opportunity in to you. This pink energy changes your whole chakra, how others see you. That changes your aura. Okay, your aura changes as well with your balance here, Peg. And that third eye, trusting that high priestess part of yourself. And 24 is a 6, the divine matrix. It's a lot of, and then I'm talking about the MC and birth charts. We still have that energy playing on. So you might be tapping into someone in particular here. And this is an ancestor that I feel like you know who they are. Even if you never met them, you know who that ancestor is, that you're connecting into their wisdom and their help. And it feels masculine to me. So, all right. Ask for a sign. Like be very specific about it. Could be something pink or purple, like show me a pink cat. I mean, why not? You will damn well see a pink cat. Might be on a cartoon or a coloring book, or one of the kids gives it to you, whatever. But ask for that sign as confirmation that that is the person indeed helping guide you. And all it takes here is you focusing on balancing you. And then it just comes. Okay. And right when I cut the deck there, that's the family card. So there's someone in your lineage for sure. Building foundation, feeling safe. You're the one screaming, no more grandkids. And then there's starting a family. Hey, well, at least it's not you, right? At least you don't have to be pregnant. Okay. Right. Boundary lessons for sure, Ash. Okay. All right. Okay. Catch it this weekend. Cat, well, that's for Stranger Things, right? Good, Ashley. Break those generational curses. Awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Is that all the hearts for tonight, guys? And the last one was with Peg. There's Judy. Judy, Judy, when did you sneak in? Oh, Lord. Miss Judy Jew, let's get you a message here. Messages for Judy's best and highest good, please. And thank you, Spirit. What does she need to know today for her best and highest good? What light with the Saggy sun today may she be seeing within any darkness? Okay, well, that's lots of light. It's like all the twinkle lights, as if to answer my question. Okay, the 42 card, another 6. Preparations come to fruition, netcaster. I'm drawn right to not only like I was seeing like twinkle lights here, but there is a one of those damn things called seahorse. So for me, that is role reversal or a change in roles of some sort. Okay. Twinkle lights, twinkle, twinkle, little star. Like you casting a different net. Our thoughts here, there's a whole bunch of flowers for hair. So we're lightening up our thoughts. Therefore, we're catching a whole reversal of energy, totally different energy than you've caught before. Okay. Dream thief, refusal of the call. Okay, so in your environmental energy, don't fall back onto old stinking thinking here, because then what we're then it goes back to what we were catching before, right? And the first thing I'm noticing is that his wings look like blue jay wings. Blue jays are very territorial. And he's like really gripping onto this crystal ball here. So, I mean, I'd say I feel like you're already changing the way your thoughts here, and that's what's catching you more twinkling lights. That's what's catching you more opportunities. But then in the environmental energy, this could be a person around you who could be like a naysayer. There's a lot of feathers here. Some of those feathers might be knives and sharp and would dare to cut down your dream. I'd say if this is a naysayer or a flying monkey, flying monkeys are a term. If you've ever dealt with a narcissist, flying monkeys are the people who completely 100% buy their story and are fooled by their act of, I'm a wonderful person. And then those are the flying monkeys that then come after you for how dare you say this person is a narcissist. Contract, there's that divine timing too. I feel like if you're going along here, your energy's changing, and maybe in the past, if you would like allow this person in or kind of give up because of the flying monkey, like I'm not going to bother because nobody's going to believe me anyway. I feel like you standing up and being like, yeah, I said what I said. 23 5 of change, luck and right timing, a benefactor energy flying in on communication. I just feel like you ain't bothered by it anymore. Whereas maybe it would have been a trigger before, or you had but no, I need to show you why. A role reversal. You ain't bothered. You're not doing that anymore. You're just like, okay, then you deal with them then. And like, all right, like you're not having to convince nobody anymore. You don't need to. Like you're just keeping yourself away from that person or not letting that naysayer affect your truth or affect your energy anymore. I hope that made sense. It's just what I'm getting there. Children and signs on the split. Additional clarifiers for Miss Judy, please. Preparations coming to fruition. It also feels like, when people have to bitch and moan about something, it's because they're jealous, but don't let that be the thief to what you're catching in that net here. I think before it could have had a chance to kind of bring you down or rob your joy in a way, and you're not letting it anymore. Okay. Whatever's coming, you're planning now, is coming true fruition around summertime here. And I see that as a mermaid tale. So, like a deep diving dream. This is a deep net that you're casting now by changing those thoughts. And then this person might be contracted even to try to throw you off so that divine timing can't be ignited. If they throw you off of your balance, then that's a little bit of double frequency of energy there, ain't gonna lie. They're meant to provoke you and try to push you off path to this big dream. No response. Do not like laugh it off. Be like, I see what you're doing there. That's hilarious. That'll piss them off even more. Yeah. Too much. Screenshots, proof, letting go, throwing out memories. Like they don't affect you anymore because of this higher vibration. Okay. It's like they might have been able to steal your joy at one time, but not no mo. This dream is digesting here during winter time. It's a 63, and that is we're in a 9-year, so the end of one era and the start of a new, Miss and ma'am. All right, Miss Judy Jude, I hope that helps you and hope that made some damn sense at all. Oh my goodness. Oh, what you guys making my mom laugh at? Oh, the wand, your choice. Oh my God, you're hilarious. Okay, we got Brett, Jennifer, Ash, Kathy, Peggy, Judy. Okay, that was everybody, I think. Then I'm right on point, Jennifer. Okay, good. I hope it makes sense to you guys. Miss Kaylee, I'm surprised you're not asking for wait, what game do you play, Marcia? Marcia, hey, what game do you play? What game was I talking? Hot Lava? I'd love to play Hot Lava with you. How fun would that be? Kaylee says we play Hot Lava in this damn house. We're big kids. I love the trampoline too, by the way. I just have to make sure I go to the bathroom first so I don't pee myself when I do my varsities. Happy Saggy season back at you. I think that's everybody. I just don't want. Oh, there's your hearts. There you are. I knew, Kaylee. I'm like, I know you. I got to get a heart in there for you. You make me laugh too, Marcia. Back at ya. All right. Give me something good here for Miss Kaylee. What does she need to know right now for her best and highest good? Please and thank you. How about that reading? Like, damn. Oof. That was like, instead of all the wishy-washy we've been seeing a lot lately, this is like decision done, decision made. Glad to see that. Lots of fives here, Kaylee. That fives are change. On the split. On the split. Okay. On the split. Herald of change. Lots of fives of change. Okay. During Sagittarius season, there's your horse. Okay, so in the past here, okay, left-hand side, that's how I read splits. We are lost in space and needing some direction, but remember in that world card energy, she was standing on the earth and harnessing the moon. You're ready to go here. You ain't confused anymore, that's for sure. Stepping into Empress energy with that 30. Like the end of confusion is 2025, period. Needing direction. So it's again, it feels kind of like I'm in that teeter-tottering in between thing with one foot in, kicking the past out, and then ready to explore a new wish for my future. Okay. Give me some more info here on what's changing to focus on the future. Clarifying cards, anything that Kaylee needs to know, please, and thank you. Okay, communication. What's changing is how you communicate, approaching voicemail, awaiting text. Maybe that was the lost in space one. If that the earth was your phone and like, hello, is this thing on? Is anybody in there? Revenge on the bottom of that. That's in your environmental energy. Childish behavior, enjoying the show. Again, when we stop over giving to people, people be getting pissed about it, right? They had a horse in that race. Okay. Trying to pull on your heartstrings, play some mind games, taking advantage, stringing you along. Okay, let's get some new energy. What's in this new year coming up for Miss Kaylee? Or by the end of Sagittarius season. She's in her season. Fire season, much fired up. Okay, I think if this person tries to communicate or continues to be childish, I think you're going to lose your shit on them. Like, it's just like, I've had it up to here, and like, it's the hot lava of, bleh, I'm like exploding my hot lava on you. Like, you have no idea how much I've been pissed off, and I was being nice before, but now hell hath no fury. If you're going to treat me like that, you're letting somebody have it here. Jeez. And then you go on a date. Flashbacks ready to explode, caught in the act. Someone that is folding their arms like a Four of Cups energy here. They're pissed because they're not getting all the good from you anymore. So then they react by that. They react to that. And maybe before you would have like been really trying to keep the peace. I don't see you doing that. You're like, bare minimum, I'm not reciprocating, I'm losing interest. You're going to let it all loose. You're going to unleash the beast, and then you done. That's all you got to say about that, apparently. Okay. Well, you go with your bad self then. Oh, my Lanta. Okay, my wand, my choice, Brett. It's very witty, that one. Okay, wicked smat. All right, let me check for more hearts. No hearts for Marsh. Okay, you got a sign tonight, Peg? You did? Oh my gosh, that's awesome. I want to hear about it. I want to hear about it. Got Kaylee. Thank you, Miss Peg, for having my back. I'm ready for new for you too, Judy. I'm ready for you too, girl. Well, I think that's it for you guys. And look at me getting in here in about an hour 44. So toot toot my own horn. There it is. I hope you guys enjoyed the reading as well tonight. I doubt I'll have time to morning. It's a new word, to morning. Tomorrow morning. I don't know that I'll have time tomorrow morning, but I would love to know in all signs if I can. And that way we'll kind of see what's coming up for the weekend here, especially with all these love aspects in the air. It's going to be hanging around for a teeny tiny bit, I'd say, for another 5 days because once we get to the end of Scorpio and Venus, I'd say that's how much longer we have there to have those positively aspected energies helping us along. So if you got new love coming and knocking on your door, if it's threes company, because I'm looking at the threes here, then go for the new. It is the time to change is happening. Let's go. Let's go. I say you throw caution to the wind and get the hell out of Dodge of wherever there was no more growth, but we stayed just one more time perhaps and learned the hard way that, yep, we was right the first time. Okay, guys. Well, I will see you next time and hopefully tomorrow, but have a wonderful, wonderful Thanksgiving. My mommy, did you stay on the whole time? Thank you. I'll get to see you tomorrow. I'll see you tomorrow and I'll be bringing my corn casserole. And let me know in the comments after this if you remember to tell me what you're bringing for Thanksgiving meals, all y'all's, all my learning lovers. Leave me a comment on this reading, what you're bringing to Thanksgiving tomorrow if you celebrate it. Okay. See you next time, guys. Love you so much. Thank you for everything. So grateful for you and your energy and all the love and support that you show me. Thank you so much.